Welcome to another Airbrush Asylum video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to airbrush some dots. I'm going to show you how to do some shaded larger dots as well as some fine dots. So let's get into the tutorial right now. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is we're going to do some shaded dots going across the page. So from a distance, keeping the airbrush level to the surface, you want to be air on and just build up a shaded dot and move over to the next one. If you're using, say, an A4 bit of paper, obviously you won't fit as many on the page, but I want you to keep the consistency the same, line them up underneath each other. So this will test your accuracy and your double action. Keep that air pressed down at all times and just pulling back on the trigger. Okay, so just going through that exercise again, this time with the side shot, you can see how far away I am from the surface. So this is the common mistake that most of my students make. They're up too close. You'll really notice how I'm keeping that air pressed down all throughout the exercise. And this is what my trigger finger's doing, keeping that air pressed down, and I'm just pulling back every time I go and do a dot. Okay, so just quickly showing you the end result. So try and keep them lighter if possible. I've done them a bit heavier so that you can easily see them on camera, but the lighter they are, the better. You can always go darker. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and do some fine dots. You'll notice that I've removed the air cap from the airbrush. So this particular airbrush, the GSI Krios, allows you to do so, and you can continue to spray. It's the same deal with the Awadas, so I prefer to remove that air cap when I'm doing any sort of airbrushing, but especially fine dots. It just gives you a better line of sight and allows you to manage your tip drying. So go ahead and do that. So if you do remove the air cap, I highly recommend that when you put your airbrush down, make sure that you put it in a holder. And I prefer to sit it in this part of the holder, because if you do happen to trip over the cord and pull on it, it's not going to fall out. Whereas if you sit it in this part of the holder, then if you pull on this, then it can still fall out and drop to the ground, and you're going to be up for a needle and a nozzle most likely. So before you get into airbrushing dots, make sure that your airbrush is nice and clean and flowing perfectly. That means that you've mixed your paint and set your PSI to your desired ratio and the one that you're most comfortable with for airbrushing. I'd also recommend that you remove the air cap and just make sure that you can see through that hole, that breather hole, because if that is blocked, then that is also going to obstruct the flow, and when you're doing fine dots, that's going to make it a bit of a nightmare. So let's get into it. Okay, so a couple of things I like doing when I'm going to create my dots. Firstly, I always like airbrushing with the cord wrapped around my wrist, just makes it a little bit more comfortable. And then using my hand as a guide, I like to rest the airbrush on top of that, and then that way I can easily move along and complete my dots. So starting off up nice and close and pulling back, I've got the air pressed down and pulling back carefully on that trigger to release the paint and allow for a fine dot. Now you're going to get tip drying like so. So to combat your tip drying, that's why I like the needle exposed. Just pick it off with your fingernail, or some people like to use like a little cotton bud or Q-tip, and then blast it out a couple of times at full throttle. You can also put your finger over the front and pull back, and that'll bubble back through the color cup and dislodge any dried paint, which could cause more tip drying. But generally, if you do that, that will clear it up so that you can continue to paint. Again, up close. So you can see with that one, I pulled back a little bit too fast and it spidered out a little bit, so just be wary of that. Moving right along. It's a thicker one. So don't get disheartened, just keep going with the exercise. Dots do take quite a bit of practice. You can see they're not perfect by any means, but I'm going to keep going. Still spidering out a little bit. It's a better one. So I think this airbrush could do with a bit of cleaning. Okay, so just cleaned up my airbrush, gave it a good clean out with some airbrush cleaner and water, and now ready to rock again. So start here, you can see it's performing a lot better straight away. So like I said earlier, make sure your equipment is clean. And you can see how easily now I'm only pulling back the slightest amount on that trigger and it's allowing for that little fine dot to come out. Now it's starting to slowly tip dry on me again. So just pick off the tip drying, blast it out, and it should be ready. If this is the first time watching one of our videos, then welcome. For all of our regular viewers, welcome back. I do hope that you're enjoying this video so far. If you are, give it the thumbs up, share it out, and let's build this airbrushing community together. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing, tap on that bell icon, and that'll notify you every time I put out new content. Now it's just going to be practice. You can see I'm starting to really warm up now, getting finer dots. This is a 0.18mm needle nozzle setup, so really happy with that one there. That's probably the best one. Some really good ones in there. So you'll find that as you go on, like just get yourself a blank sheet of paper or an exercise book like this. You can see I'm starting off pulling back too far and getting those runs, but then I'm getting comfortable with the trigger. So you still are warming up as you go. It's getting the feel for the airbrush. Also the temperature for wherever you're airbrushing can affect it. So if you're in a humid climate, then obviously you're going to get more tip drying, so you need to run your paint thinner. And if you're somewhere colder, like today here in Melbourne, it's probably 11 degrees Celsius, so you want to thicken up your paint a little bit to compensate for that. You can see here it's starting to do a sideways line now. I don't want that. So again, pick off the tip drying, blast it out, and find that sweet spot. Too much on the trigger. So I thought it's good to show you guys even some of these stuff ups. And I can feel this airbrush needs a thorough clean out, but I'm still able to pull out some fine dots to show you. Okay, so just going to do another line of dots, but this time from this camera angle, just to show you what my trigger finger's doing. So very important, keep that air press down at all times. I'm just pulling back ever so slightly to release the finest amount of paint. Do one more row. Okay, starting to tip dry again. Okay, so just a quick recap of what we've gone over. So the shaded dots first. So practice these to get your double action technique warmed up before you attempt the fine dots. And remember, less is more, meaning build them up as you go. Don't go too heavy too quick. The idea is to get a nice light shaded dot. And here's the results from the fine dots. So you can see some ordinary ones and some that are better. So don't give up with the exercise, just continue on. And these are the ones from the other camera angle. So to continue your learning, be sure to check out some of the other videos and playlists that I've got listed here. And until next time, go grab your airbrush, do some amazing artwork yourself, and I'll see you again very, very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.